You surround yourself with people that are like-minded, people that actually want to see you win and you want to see them win.
Right.
So you're pulling from each other's energy. And then just stay true. If it seems tough, if it is tough, if there are failures, learn from it and just pull yourself from it. Like, just keep going up.
Right. And this too shall pass.
And it will definitely pass. Like, don't give up too soon, because the minute you're about to give up, and I've been there in doing what I do, and like I said in the past 2 months, how my connections have just grown. I was at the point where I was like, I don't know, like, this is tough. Right. But just having the right people to call. Like, it's pretty much one person that I call, like, when I really, really, really feel down. I was calling Mom. And I like...
The mentor from day one. Welcome back to Big Texas Bossin. Today we're spilling the Texas tea on my big boss, Erica Stevenson.
It's time for Big Texas Bossin with Leilani Wilson-Jones. Spilling the tea on Bossin Up.
Erica, welcome to the Big Texas Bossin Show. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Good. We are so glad to have you in studio with us. So for those of us who may not know you or know you as well, why don't you tell us exactly what it is you do?
Well, my name is Erica Stevenson, owner and operator of On The Marquee in Frisco, as well as Phylonalds Agency, which is like our production company. And I'm originally from Philadelphia, matured in Texas, so born and raised in Philly.
Well, let's talk about that now, because, you know, we've got the Dallas Cowboys. I know you're not an imported Eagles fan.
Listen,
I know you didn't bring that to Texas.
Oh, I'm bringing it, okay? I'm bringing it. We are here, especially December 10th.
Okay. Will we see you then?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big Eagles fan. So yeah.
Big Eagles, okay.
Yeah, fly high.
Oh, you flying high, okay. We'll see. Now, you know you all barely beat us, barely.
Ooh.
And we come and we'll be on the home turf December 10th, just like you said, and we're ready.
Oh, man, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. Will you be in the house?
Yes, we are working on that, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, definitely let me know. I'll be there.
Okay.
So we can hook up and you can have a loser's cocktail.
Ooh! Big boss.
Yes. So let's talk about your journey from Philly. Where did you go to school?
Yeah, so I actually left Philly when I was about 12 years old.
Okay.
Then we moved to Texas, so like my last year of junior high and then high school is where I landed and grew.
Okay.
So I moved here with my parents and just always saw like a lot more. Leaving Philadelphia, it allowed me to really see like a bigger world.
Oh, wow.
And it caused me like want more for myself and for my family and just my life. So
good.
That was like a big opportunity.
Good. So where did you go to school here in Texas? What high school did you go?
Cedar Hill High School. So
Okay.
I'm a Longhorn. Yes.
A Cedar Hill girl.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Then after that, I went to Howard University.
Okay. Tell us how you landed at Howard.
Oh, the journey. So
Right.
my dad actually went to Howard. I had cousins that went to Howard. So I spent years on the campus.
Okay.
Like I would be in the classrooms with my dad, just kind of seeing how everything went.
And did your dad go back every year for homecoming and the whole family had to go?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, because once he left Howard and he came home, like came to Texas, it was like he hit the ground running and really just started expanding and growing and linked up with Bishop Jakes. And then from there, like business was just like crazy. So he never really had the time.
Okay.
But I go back.
Okay, you go to homecoming.
I go to homecoming. Yes.
Nice. Do you ever run into any of the notables?
Oh, all the
come out of
time.
Howard? Okay.
Yeah, especially when I was on campus. Like, you just never knew who you were going to run into. You turn a corner and Diddy would be walking. You know, it was just anybody. And they wouldn't really be walking with anybody. They would just walk past you and you're like, wait, that's so-and-so. And they'll just smile like, yeah, that's me. And they keep walking. So you just never knew who you would see. So, yeah.
Nice. Talk to us a little bit about what made you decide to come back to Texas after living on the East Coast and going to Howard, what your degree is in, and kind of how you evolved.
Yeah, so my senior year, I ended up having my daughter.
Okay.
So she's 16 now, and like my pride and joy, and it's just us rocking the world. But so once I had her, we moved back here, and then from there, I opened a marketing company. Okay. And so at the same time, I was like working a marketing company, and then I was also doing events. And so that's kind of how it led to where I am today. But that's like kind of what brought me back. And just having my family support and helping me with my daughter.
Right. You need that support to be able to build. So that was essential, I'm sure.
Very much so.
Now, you mentioned that your dad was an entrepreneur, or that he hit the business field hard. Tell us a little bit about that and what you saw to hone your entrepreneurship skills and your drive.
Oh, I used to listen to conversations. Sometimes
like eavesdropping, because you're not stay out of grown folks' business.
Yes,
you a child, go here.
Yeah. Well, see, I think like just from me being in the classroom too, and then until when he got into the business world, I was always there. So he was always like tagging. I was always tagging along.
Right.
So I was able to really be a part of it and just sit and be a fly on the wall and really just listen to what he was talking about, whether it was legal stuff, contracts, business plans, down to like building brick and mortars. Just I was always listening. So and the people that he had around and the people that he was working with were doing big things. So I was learning from everybody. So it allowed me to really just, once I kind of started doing my own thing, I was able to piece stuff together. So if I didn't understand something or I didn't know, I would just kind of revert back to that, and it would cause me to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm familiar with that term, or I know how to do this, and I just started doing it.
Okay, wonderful. So what light bulb went off and you said, I'm going to do it on my own? Did you ever go to work for anybody, or did you just go out there on your own?
Well, so I've always been an entrepreneur, right? I used to write popsicle sticks. I used to have popsicle sticks with with Bible verses, and I used to sell that. That was my first business.
Okay.
So it's
how
always
old were
been
you when
me.
You were selling the popsicle sticks with the Bible verses?
Like 5, 6, 8, somewhere around there. And I was making good money. I was making good money with it. They actually coined me like E-Money. That was my nickname because I was always doing something and hustling. So
nice. So
just from there, it was just always in me. But I did like kind of work for different companies throughout. In high school, I was always working. So I learned like that work ethic, and I was learning there too. So I would listen to like the business operation while all the other teenagers just wanted their hours and stuff, or wanted a few bucks. I wanted lots of hours, and I was always listening to the operations. I was listening to the managers. When corporate came in, I was eavesdropping on what they were talking about. Like I knew a little bit about everything about every business that I ever worked for, and it helped me to be able to form my business and piece it all together.
What was the driving ship behind your entrepreneurial journey? Like, what made you say, hey, look, I'm going to do this today, not tomorrow, and I'm going to get it done? And did you have a work history along with starting your business, or did you come out the gate?
Yeah, no, I always had like the work. Like I was working for, like before I did my own marketing company, I was working with Lucky Strike. I did their marketing plan, and they're based out of LA. So I did that in DC. So I was able to learn how to build a marketing plan, a strategy, and how to drive traffic, how to do different things on the creative side. So my mind is just always like thinking creatively. So down to whether it's a show idea or a show concept or a commercial, I was able to like utilize that in those different areas with different companies. So that's kind of where my mind kind of started. And just
because what is your degree in?
It's in marketing.
It is in marketing.
Yeah. So in communications, and then it transitioned into, I built like a show years ago when I was in high school too. So like a talk show.
Okay.
So from there, it's just kind of been like a little bit. Now I'm finally doing everything that
you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So was it always a dream to be an entrepreneur?
Oh yes.
Okay, so you knew from day one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to work. And I get that. I really do.
I mean, I don't think I knew from the beginning, because honestly, I started out at Howard in nursing.
Oh, wow.
So I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a pediatric nurse, and I wanted to be the first Black woman president. So that was like my drive all through junior high, high school. Like, that's all I kept talking about. That was on my vision board before vision boards were popular. I would write that out.
Oh, wow.
Put pictures up, like, this is what I want to do. First Black woman president and a nurse. and work with babies. So I am completely away from that, but yeah.
Right. Well, tell us a little bit about Last to
Know. The Last to Know is a documentary that is with Opal Lee. So the mother of Juneteenth.
Yes.
So I worked with her. Yeah, I worked with her way before it even became a holiday. We started working with her years before when she first started her walk to DC.
Okay, so you were with her through the RV journey and trying to go all across the country and doing all of that.
Yeah, we were right there capturing those moments, like when the journey began. And so it was interesting because as a young person, I'm watching her at that time. She was like mid-80s, late 80s. And I'm looking like, how are you going to do this?
Right.
Like, walk all the way to DC. Like, I lived in DC. I know how far DC is. So I'm just looking like, okay. It was inspiring for me to really like know and see how she was really going to do this. So I had the opportunity to hear like all of the backstories, the hate, down to the RV company saying, oh, that's what you're doing? No, you're not going to use our RV for that. So got to capture those things, capture those moments, and really just see like how her drive and her perseverance was just like, no, like none of that's going to stop me. And to me, I remember that, and I go back to that when things get hard for me. Or if I get a door that someone says no, like, no, it's that no doesn't stop me from where I'm going and where I want to go. And just watching her alongside Miss Opal really pushed me. So, yeah, so we did that documentary literally right before it became a national holiday. Like, we're on the phone with her team, and they're like, yeah, so we think it's going to happen today. And we're changing up the end of the documentary to reflect the fact that it was becoming a national holiday. So once that happened, then we put it out, and it was circulating through film festivals. We were winning all types of awards in different states. So, and that just kind of like really like helped me see and grow the documentary world of my production company.
Wow, so that was exclusively your production company that did that and put it out. Yes. That is awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
Now let's talk about what awards, because that was your first film, right?
It was my second documentary.
Okay.
So, but that was the first one that we actually was able to package and put out. So we won like best documentary. We won, I can't even remember all of them.
Okay,
right. It was a lot that we're winning. Like,
that's a good thing.
Yeah, humanitarian types, just different things like that. But it was like many different categories that we were winning. Like it was always different wherever we went. So
that was good. So that's got to be an awesome feeling. So what's on the horizon? For your production company?
Yeah, so I have another documentary that we're working on. It's a foster aftercare documentary. So it's interviewing different people that have gone through the foster care system, celebrities that have gone through the foster care system, and really highlighting how because they aged out, they didn't, some, went down the wrong path, but some of them ended up actually becoming successful and rose above, their circumstance. So really kind of capturing both worlds, because the story behind them and the success rate is not good when they age out. And a lot of them aren't prepared for the real world. So just highlighting that, highlighting the resources that are out there for them once they do age out. And that's the documentary. So yeah, that's what we're working on for 2024.
Okay, that'll be awesome. Where can people catch your Opal Lee documentary?
So right now it's not out. Like we had it on YouTube for a long time before we had to pull it down to be able to circulate through film festivals. So right now we're just trying to get it on like Netflix, YouTube, and so we're pushing it on that angle. So we just have it packaged and pitched to get out there that way. So hopefully 2024, before Juneteenth, it will be where people need to see it. Because I want to, like on American Airlines, how they have like the little
where
thing.
You can select your film.
Yeah, and it's always like a small documentary. It might be like a 10-minute documentary on there. I'm like, oh, mine need to be on there, especially around that time of year. Juneteenth. Let people see what's going on and why. Because people still don't know why they're off. People are like, oh, it's a holiday, we're off work. But they still don't know why.
So they're off a national holiday.
Yeah.
And she fought, really hard for all of that. And I think it's important to say, because we did interview her last season on Big Texas Bossin, that she is continuing to work hard, So age is limitless in terms of work and the body of work that you can do. And she is just awesome.
Embodying that, yeah.
Yes, she is, because she should have secured most of her funding. She wanted $400 million for her museum.
Yeah.
And, I pray that she gets all of that and more.
Yeah, it's the museum, and she's doing like the farm to be able to feed, the less fortunate in Fort Worth area, the DFW area. So, yeah, she's definitely like on to amazing things, and she has a lot of support. A lot of support. Yeah. But it's always interesting on how that support comes after you've made it big. So before, when she was trying to get it pushed and she wasn't, that walk, it would be about like 10, 15 people. Now she have hundreds of thousands of people walking with her. So it's just interesting how that kind of happens, but now everyone is like behind her. So.
Right, and they walk all over the country. That's what I found interesting, because I remember when Juneteenth was just a Texas thing, and nobody had heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And now,
it was.
Right, and now the whole world knows what Juneteenth is.
Yeah, because I was coming from Philadelphia, that wasn't a big thing for us. So
right.
We would pass the parks around Juneteenth. We were like, why are people gathered? Like, I was always asking the question. My parents would be like, I don't know, like trying to figure it out. And then every year it would be the same thing. Okay, what's going on this year? Like, and eventually when I met her, I was like, that. So they really didn't know that they were free.
Right, for
like
2 years.
That was crazy.
Right.
So yeah, so definitely that. And at On The Marquee, we're also doing on Juneteenth, we have like an arts festival. So we bring in artists to be able to put up their art, and we have the documentary showing during that time too. So it's just a nice little.
Right,
anyway.
That's a nice touch. Now let's talk about On The Marquee, because we really hadn't discussed that. Yeah. And I want to talk about that from the bottom to the evolution. Let's talk about, first of all, the location, because you're in a prime location.
Yes.
So let's talk about where you're located, tell the viewers where you're located, and kind of how all of that came to pass.
Yeah, so I'm right a block away from the Star. So 6560 John Hickman Parkway, Suite 100.
In Frisco.
In Frisco, right across from Sky House. So we're right off the highway. Like, it's very, you could see the lights because we have lights going at night. But On The Marquee, that's our first location. Right now we're actually looking at Forney and Mansfield. Okay. So we're expanding it. But right now, that's where we're located. We do all types of private events. We do public events as well, which is like our live music segments on every other Thursday. Then we have comedy shows. We do things for entrepreneurs, networking events, men's forums, just different things. So that's like the public side, but the private side is definitely like any type of event. So your weddings, your anniversaries, birthday parties, baby showers, the whole nine.
Everything.
Yeah, we have dressing rooms. Like it's
Altruist Home Healthcare is one of the top accredited home healthcare agencies servicing North and East Texas. With over 25 years of caring for Texas families, Altruist network of staff has become the preferred provider of physical and occupational therapy, wound, post-surgery, and primary care within the comfort of your home. Altruist Home Healthcare works in conjunction with you, your loved ones, and your primary care physician to provide stellar care with honor and integrity. For more information on our services, visit our website www.altruisthhc.com or call us at 214-328-8600. Now back to the show.
Well, tell us how the concept came to fruition and how you got your specific location.
So I've always done events. I've always been interested in doing like more experience-based events as well. So doing private parties and decorating and setting up for people, but then also like hosting skate parties, 90s themed parties, different things like that. And so I wanted my own space to be able to do that and also use it as a production studio so where we can film. So I figured, let me get the space, find a space, build that out, and do it. So literally, I kept passing this spot, and I was like, it's so perfect. Because I wanted like a shopping plaza, but a really upscale shopping plaza. Okay. Like not like a shopping plaza with like a nail salon or, convenience store. Like I really wanted something like super, Frisco.
Right. It's super
bougie,
nice.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I really was like specific on what I wanted it to look like. And I found the perfect location. Like passing it, I was calling them, I was like messaging them. They weren't responding to me. So I found a realtor, and the first thing that she sent me was that location.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, I got all the information, all of the contact. I've already reached out to them. We can go see it. I was like, wow. So it just felt like it was meant to be. I live literally a block away from there. So I was passing it all the time and just like, I love it. I want it. And I got it.
Okay. Now, did you do the build out or did they do it for you?
So I did the build out. Okay. So I pretty much worked with the architect to say, this is the layout that I want. These are the main rooms that I want in there. This is the amount of people that I want to fit. Then my mom came in, did like the colors, the dressing rooms, like the decorating, the interior design of it all. And just did it from there. It was challenging.
Right.
It was not easy.
How long did it take
to
get the doors ready to open?
It was supposed to be like a 4 to 5 month project, but I had a contractor that ran off with some money, so I had to.
It happens.
Yes, I had to kind of start over and like really, really push and like try to get it done fast. And so it ended up taking about 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So pretty much doubled.
Right.
But we got it open. We got our certificate of occupancy literally December 31st.
Okay, wow.
Like,
so are we celebrating 1 year or we've got an
Yeah.
anniversary coming up?
Yes, we're doing a big gala
For New Year's Eve?
for December 14th.
Okay.
Which is 2 days before like our original anniversary.
Okay.
So we're doing that. It's a gala, dressed up. We are also like honoring a foster care organization. So portion of the proceeds will go to them.
Nice.
So we're doing that, like food, live music. It's going to be a really, really good evening.
Sounds like
So
it.
I would love for you to come out.
Okay.
It's like dressy. You know.
Yes. I
Put on a
might
nice
have a piece
gown.
or two
Yeah.
I could put on.
I'm sure you do.
And show up for the party.
Yes. So we are doing that, and then we do have a New Year's Eve going on event, but that's going to be downtown at the Stack, 10 floors up, overlooking downtown.
Oh, wow.
So that one is going to be very.
Is that an event that you all are hosting, or
Yeah.
is that an event? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm doing that one, hosting that, rented out that spot, and
Nice.
that's going to be a gala as well. So
Okay.
very formal, and live music there as well.
Okay. And what do you get for your tickets at the formal gala New Year's Eve?
So you get your drinks are included and your food's included.
Okay.
And then we're doing a balloon drop, but we're doing a balloon drop with money, so we're mixing it up.
Oh, wow.
So just like it's gonna be
you
pretty
might
fun.
get back what you spent, huh?
Yes, exactly. Just just a little bit, but just a big appreciation. Just it was a big year for us, and
Awesome.
so celebrating with the people that we've met along the journey
Right.
is really, really what I want to do, and like just thanking them.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. So tell us about your year. What were some of the highlights?
Oh, the highlights of my year. I could say just about every weekend was booked.
Okay.
Just about every weekend was booked. So for it to be a new business,
Right.
I would say that was like a big highlight. And just the part for me and the gratification that I get is seeing people celebrate themselves and seeing other people celebrate them, and like watching them get their flowers now.
Absolutely.
And it's like I'll sit in a room, I'll just kind of like walk through a party and just look, stare and just watch in amazement of how people are appreciating their loved ones, their friends, and just the things that they're saying about them. Like I'll just smile, like I'm just like in amazement of how people really appreciate each other.
Right.
So that's the joy that I get in what I do.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit, because you said that you were booked almost every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your marketing, because the listeners definitely want to know about marketing techniques and how you came from boots off the ground, so to speak, to having a full year of good business.
Well, I have. I would say before we even opened the doors, there was a video that we had like saying this is what's coming. That really kind of jump started us. So before my doors were even open, we were booked. We had bookings, not saying we were fully booked.
And people were interested, so you built the buzz and you were able to fulfill that build after.
Yeah, because it was like a modern, more upscale feel, and it was different from what the other centers in Frisco may have had.
Okay.
So, because a lot of them have been there for a while, so we were kind of bringing something new and fresh to the area. So that definitely like picked up, and before we even opened, we had bookings. So it kind of jump started our opening. And once we did open the doors, and then once people saw it in videos, I have a great marketing team. Marketing Sense LLC is the one that kind of like really put together our marketing strategy, and we've just been implementing piece by piece throughout the year. I think going into 2024, like we really can fully do it. But even now, like within like the past 2 months, networking, I'm sort of an introvert, although I do like to, I wouldn't say party. I watch other people party and celebrate. But for me, I am just sitting back and kind of watching. I'm able to be that, people are pulling me out of my shell. So I'm getting those like calls, and people are like, hey, you need to come here. I want you to meet this person. And that's causing me to really be able to branch out and really grow. So knowing like, okay, you got to be a part of chambers. You got to, I went through a period where I'm like, okay, I'm a Black-owned business. I'm a woman in Frisco. I was a little nervous to actually tell people that. So I didn't really tell people that I was the owner.
What did you tell them?
I would just say I'm a manager. I'm a manager. Oh yeah, I can help you. I can answer your questions. But the minute I actually started, they found out that I was the owner, my response was different. Like it was more, people were happy. People celebrated that. People were like, oh no, I'm definitely booking. Oh, we're gonna come up with it. We're gonna do it. Like, so the response became really, really different. And I found that the support on both ends from all different races, they're happy. They're excited that I'm there, and it's made me more comfortable with like getting out of my shell and actually going and meeting and networking. But the city of Frisco has been amazing. Working with like Frank Messina in Frisco, he's been amazing. Other businesses, other business women. So the networking part's been the biggest thing for me.
Awesome. And who is Frank Messina for the listeners who don't know?
Frank Messina, he is he's a connector in Frisco. Like he's a part of the chamber. He's a part of the Frisco diversity leadership community. Like, so he really just has put me in a place where he's like, okay, I want you to meet this person, that person, that person. It was like a whole 2 weeks where I'm like constantly going and meeting in coffee shops and tours of like different organizations, different people that I wanted to reach, but really didn't know how to reach. And now like they're coming to me, and we're able to collaborate and really meet and push things. So
that is awesome. One thing that we didn't talk about, what platforms did you go out on for your marketing? When you did the videos, did you send them out on social media, or did you do commercials?
So starting out, like commercials and radio ads, that's expensive, right?
Right.
So I really had to just start off with Instagram, Facebook, constant contact. So building based on the databases that I already had, and pushing through those channels, and then the people that were coming in and them pushing it. So it became like a word of mouth thing for a good like 6 or 7 months.
Good.
Yeah.
So what would you tell someone that wanted to walk a mile in your shoes and thought they had it and had what it takes to get where you are, either whether they want to open their own venue or if they wanted to be a film director? What would you say?
What would I say? I would say just stay true to what you want. Definitely write it down. Every year I do a vision board, and then I sit there and I mark on it. I put a check mark like, okay, I did that. All right, so this thing right here, I'm going to have to move this to next year, and then I'll put that on there, and then I'll start fresh with my vision board. Have a good circle around you. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded. People that actually want to see you win and you want to see them win.
Right.
So you're pulling from each other's energy. And then just stay true. If it seems tough, if it is tough, if there are failures, learn from it and just pull yourself from it. Like, just keep going up.
Right. And this too shall pass.
And it will definitely pass. Like, don't give up too soon, because the minute you're about to give up, and I've been there in doing what I do in like I said, in the past 2 months, how my connections have just grown. I was at the point where I was like, I don't know, like, this is tough. Right. But just having the right people to call. Like, it's pretty much one person that I call, like, when I really, really, really feel down. I was calling Mom. And I like...
The mentor from day one. And her mom is in studio with her today.
Yes. But it's like, I'll call her, and she won't even know. Like, and I'll just start, like, oh, I just want to cry. Just thinking about it. Like, just how I feel. Like, I'll just say, like, okay, Mom, like, I don't know.
She knows in the tone of your voice. She feels your energy all the time anyway. But when you call and all you have to do is say, Mom, this is the way you say it. Yeah. I'm sure she feeds off of
She says the right things, like, just to pull me out. And I'll be like, okay, all right, I'm about to go take this call now. Like, and it'll just get me out of it. So, yeah. So just surround yourself with the right people.
Nice. So your crisis is over instantly when you hear your mother's voice and talk to her. Yes. That's wonderful. Yep. That really is. Yeah. Do you have any other tips for our viewers?
No, definitely, like, watch other people. Like, learn from other people, learn from other people's mistakes, and ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to, for the longest, resources. I have the resources, but I didn't reach out. I didn't ask questions. I felt like I would be bothering them. But people really do like to talk about, what they do and what they know. True. The right people, the genuine people. They really do want to share that. And everybody's not going to say, oh, pay me a consultation fee, I'll give it to you. Right. There's a lot of people that really just want to, they see your hunger. They see that you have a potential. They see you working towards something. And they want to give you the nuggets that you need. So just ask and reach out.
Right. And people who want to see you win. Are genuinely the people who you need in your corner. Mm-hmm. And let's talk a little bit about this. I really don't typically ask about work-life balance, but you're rather young. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to talk about, and you did mention you had a 16-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about how you balance your work life, because I know as an entrepreneur, that's a 24/7 calling. Yes. But your work life and your family life with the 16-year-old, making sure that everything runs smooth.
Well, it's hard, but I would say early on, my daughter started gymnastics at 3. Okay. So when she started that, she was really good at it immediately. And so I started watching her potential. It grew fast into competitions and notoriety, and so, like, it became a big thing for her. So I kind of put what I was doing, like, on hold a little bit, because now I'm trying to help her with her dreams and pay for, what she's trying to do. And gymnastics is not cheap. Right. So that was a struggle. So I didn't have what I needed to put into, my business and growing my business. So I put it into her. But then it got to the point where watching her motivated me. Okay. So then it, like, lit an additional fire in me to pick back up where, I put things to the side. So in doing that, it's been a balance of trying to help her build her dream while building my dream. And that's, like, the story, I would say, of Single Mother Survival Guide, and really trying to, that's what pushed me. Right. So watching her and pushing her is pushing me at the same time. And the work-life balance for me, I make sure I'm still there. I'm there to go to all of her meets. I think last year was, like, the first time I really was having to, like, call my mom. And, like, I need you to go here for me, take her here. Because to me, that's almost equal. Right. Me not being there, have my mom.
I agree. It can be daunting. I mean, I've been in business a lot of years, and I did have to raise my kids and work, and so it took the village. But I know personally what you're referring to, because my daughter started in gymnastics, moved to competitive cheer, and they traveled all over. Yes. So it was like you had to be available. If I missed a meet, it was only maybe like 1 or 2. Yeah. And I made sure I was there if it was a 3-day meet, on the the big day, at least the final day that I was there. But I truly understand what you're saying. And so you are very blessed to have your mother, be able to go, able and willing to go.
Now the long trips, she don't be trying to go though. Right. The long one, she like, that's an hour and a half.
Well, you sitting there, I sat at gymnastic meets, and my daughter was horrible on the parallel bars, and so it would be like me and the other mother sitting there. Is that big butt gonna get over? Is she gonna get over and pull up? It was just horrible watching me. She was good on the floor, she was good on the beam, and good on the ball. But when it came to the bar,
that's my baby's weakness.
We were all just sitting there looking.
Yes. And when I tell you, like, my nerves, I be sitting there shaking. Like, my camera, I can't record, so I have to ask whoever's around me, can you record this for me? Or people now know, I got this. I'll record it for you. Because it's so nervous. It's tense. You're taking on the emotions. It's like...
Right, because you want them to get, for her, I wanted her to get over the thing. So the time she did do it good and decent and transferred over and the body weight, we were all like, phew. But there were times she was stuck. Yeah. And it was the middle of a competition. Yes. So that can be something. Yeah. And when we moved on to cheer, of course, things got better. So but it's definitely putting in the work,
Yeah, the balance is tough. But now she's a little older, so now, she's not driving on her. She drives me around now. Okay. So, just once she gets to the point where she can drive on her own, gets her license, I think that'll help me be able to. But right now it's a lot of
will you and your mom feel comfortable with her driving?
Yeah, well, my mom is in Mansfield, so we're on two different sides of the DFW. City. Yeah, so it is just me and my daughter Alana. It's just us on this side, and then my mom has my little sister who's a senior this year.
Okay.
So that is a whole
something in there.
Yes,
it was like, how did anybody follow me?
Yeah.
Did you tell your mom you were a hard act to follow?
A heartache?
Hard act to follow.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they're aware. The family is on notice.
Yeah. No, but my sister, we kind of have similar personalities and work ethic. Okay. So she's a hustle and a go-getter.
Does she come out and help you on the weekend?
No, she don't have time. She does drill team and she has a job. Yeah, so she's super busy and very independent on her own. So she reminds me of me a lot. Good. But yeah, and we lost my dad in 2020, so it's that has motivated all of us in so many different ways.
Knowing what he would want and carrying on his legacy.
Yeah, so just seeing them, it causes a lot of emotion because he would want to be there. He would be there cheering them on and doing different things. He used to flip my daughter all around the house, and she would love to come and tell him this is what I've done, and he'll let her do the hard stuff, and I'll be sitting there with one eye open you learn what? But
you about to break something.
Yeah,
we're not going to the hospital right now.
But he would be yeah, do it. Let's see. So yeah, so it's been a journey in that sense of trying to grow without having him around, but it's motivated us. It's made it even easier.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like the viewers to know?
Well, just follow us on Events On The Marquee on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Phylonalds Agency on Instagram and Facebook, and just kind of see what we have going on and show up and support and be a part. And if you have any businesses or any ideas or want to talk about it, let me know. And if you need any advice, I'm here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on the Big Texas Bossin show. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Big Texas Bossin podcast. If you like these conversations, be sure to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms at Big Texas Bossin. Tag us on social at #BTB.